As we move into the month of March 2025, Libra, it really is all about how effectively you can plan. Your scheduling has to be so precise right now, and you can see why. All of these planets here kicking the month off in your sixth house. The sixth house is the house of organization, it's the house of planning. It's considered the environment in which you work, and you'll see as the reading goes on this month that the month starts with this theme and very much ends on the same theme due to some factors I'm going to explain to you throughout the reading. Mind you, to those of you who are new, I'm not much for big long-winded readings that go for hours. A nice succinct 5 to 7 minutes should put you in the picture as to what's going on in your life. Now, you'll notice here, Mercury has moved out of that sixth house into the seventh. It's not going to stay there for long though, because later in the month it goes retrograde. It makes its contact with Venus. They're good friends, these two. So that's a good omen for you in the seventh house of marital affairs. Great communication. It's an opportunity to step up your social life. Venus is your ruler here in the seventh retrograde. A lot of people worry about the retrograde, and that's only a really negative factor if the planet is not friendly to you. By the way, look at Mars and Moon up here in your career sector. That's giving a little bit of strength to what was a retrograde Mars throughout February up till the 24th, moving forward now. So a little more initiative coming back into the picture. But getting back to this Venus, which is your ruler, the retrogression of a friendly planet increases its power. So you have a lot of power, you have a lot of leverage, you have the ability to communicate what you want here in your relationships this month. This is also an excellent placement for contractualizing any business agreements. You see, that's also fortified by the trine aspect here from Mars in your career sector. Mars gets a directional strength up there. However, it is a little weakened by having the debilitation in the water sign of Cancer. Nevertheless, you can see here what I mentioned at the outset. The planning, the scheduling, getting all your meetings organized, really understanding what the purpose of those meetings are is going to really be important to you. And that is going to shine back on this, what could be a very powerful Mars if you get this side right. Partnerships are important in terms of this as well. Oh, I missed the full moon here in your 12th house. That 12th house full moon is important because the moon is ruling this career sector. I got caught up in that, but the moon itself also has a lot to do with what's going on here. It is full in this 12th house. So where you're going to shine brightly is in a cloistered environment, working behind the scenes. Again, that full moon shines its light here on all of these scheduling, diarization, organizational planets. So if you can spend some time alone and really just shut out the world, shut out your social media, your phones, your TV, and just get down to the job of identifying specifically what it is you have planned, what it is you need to do. The reason you have to do that earlier in the month is because you'll notice here the transit of the sun hitting your ruler, which is retrograde, creating what's called a condition of combustion. So that can reduce your vitality and your health, can cause some problems. And at that time, after 23rd, you see both Mercury and Venus retrograde. Both are friendly. Mercury rules your 9th house of spirituality, long distance journeys. Some of the holidays or journeys, time off you might have planned may not go to the schedule that we were talking about. You may have to wait for that into April before it gives you some relief. But there you see the sun transiting away from this combustion, giving you some added relief. And you see Venus and Mercury transit back into this 6th house. given the condition of your ruling planet, I would say that you may have to care for your health a little bit more towards the end of the month. And that moon comes into the 6th house on the 27th. Bang, 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 bang. It makes all of these contacts here and then ends up in the 7th house after giving you a bit of an emotional ride there on those last few days on the 29th, making a new moon, hinting at some very powerful new opportunities for you, new ways of communicating, chance to get those journeys back on track. Mercury still retrograde, but nevertheless through some reappraisal, reviewing of maybe what you've done wrong, maybe booking things incorrectly, getting that back on track. So the end of the month is quite positive. You see the strong alliance here between that Mars. It's getting motivated. It's going to move next month. We'll talk about that into the 11th house of fulfillment, into the fire sign of Leo, which is going to be a much, much more positive aspect for the initiative you want to take to achieve the things you want in life. So pop on over to astrology.com.au, get the rest of the reading there. We've got the dailies, weeklies, monthlies and yearlies. Drop me a line if you want. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Come back next month. I'll be here waiting for you. Look after yourself. Bye-bye now.